And so I'm just checking in to see what's what. Just want to get an idea of where you are, just getting an idea of how the Lord is working and blessing and just doing things in your life because of the sacrifice or sacrifices that you are making during this time of fasting. I believe that the people of God need to be encouraged during this particular time. And that's basically the reason why I am on, the reason why I'm here, just to kind of get an idea of what's what and to go from there. Video will come on in just a second. That is my fault that you don't see a video, but it has been switched and it should be coming on any second. Give me a second here, and now we are here. I appreciate that so much. I really do. Kind of let me know what's what. And as you see, I just snuck in and just wanted to do a little check-in. That's all. Just wanted to kind of see where we are. I'm trying to see how, what's, when, where, or anything like that. Yes, ma'am. We're back on. So let me begin by thanking those of you who are participating and being a part of the fast. And I just wanted to ask, you can type it in the chat to make it, relatively convenient or easy, unless you're driving. If you're driving, don't say a word. Okay. Good afternoon, Carletta, Minister Faye, Michelle. Good afternoon to all of you. And I know I caught people at an odd time. People are out grocery shopping and doing different things. Carol, how are you? Cynthia, good to see you. You can see me now. Can you see me now? And go from there. I want to share with you personally that during this particular time of fasting, Nancy, how are you? It has allowed me. I always hear the Lord, so it's not an issue of me hearing Him clearly. It's an issue of making sure that I follow Him explicitly. Now that's the one thing. For impulsive people, we sometimes don't wait for all of the instructions. And so sometimes we may have a tendency of getting out in front of God, and then we end up having to wait until He has deemed the appropriate time. So my question for those of you who are fasting, and I don't mean to put you out there, and I don't mean to, throw you under the bus or anything like that. But for those of you who are fasting, my question to you, hey Cora, how are you this evening? What is this fast doing for you? What is this time of, hey Mary, how you doing? What is this period of sacrifice, seeking God's face, especially in these times of social unrest, in these times of economic craziness? Good afternoon, Mary. How are you? Mary and Mary. I got one Mary on my page, got another Mary on Union's page. Good to have y'all with us. I'm just asking the question, what is this moment of sacrifice? And that's what I call it, is a moment of sacrifice. And the reason I call it a moment of sacrifice is because that's exactly what it is. Many of the things that we have become accustomed to, many of the things that we enjoy, many of the things, habits, especially food-wise, that for the most part we pay absolutely no attention to. Lavonda, how are you? When we back away from the table, the first few days are usually the worst. We get the headaches. We become irritable. We can become so focused on food that we're not focused on the purpose behind that, behind the sacrifice that we are making. So I'm just waiting. Tyrone, man, how you doing? Man, praying hard. We believe in God. We believe in God. And we see now God is answering prayer. What is this fast doing for you? What is this? What is God saying to you? How is God speaking to you? Do you hear Him, or are you just are you still struggling with your flesh to hear Him? Are you obeying? Have you adjusted your attitudes, your dispositions, your faithfulness, your prayer life, your study time? And I'm going to wait because it may take a moment for some of you. And don't type up a novel, okay? But that's my question. That's my question. It enables me to walk through this minefield of racial injustice and craziness without blowing something up. And I think some of us have to understand what that is, especially for those of us who are older. We've been down these roads before. I got a book that I'm reading, and and let me see if I can find the name of this book, because I wrote this book down, and I'm going to start reading it today because I'm going to download it. But it's called Wilmingtons Lie, and in Wilmington, Delaware, there was the same level of racial unrest in the history of Wilmington, and we act like this is the first time this has ever happened. Hey Pat, how are you? Thea, good to see you this afternoon. So my question to you is, because I really want to do something in this time of unrest. I really want to react in this time of unrest. I really want to engage in an inappropriate way because I'm angry, but God is tempering my disposition so that, number one, I don't shame the cause of Christ, and number two, I don't make a fool out of myself or have someone kill me. That's kind of where we're at right now. Is there anybody and if there isn't anybody, I'm going to get off. Okay. Thank you, Michelle. Reading the Bible more. And that's important. Okay, Mary Green, waiting on instructions deeper. See, that's what I'm talking about. It should move us in a direction. And we're not talking about walking water or parting the Red Sea. It could be something that you may think is minimal, but it's major in your walk with God. Debbie, good to see you this afternoon. So that's kind of where I'm at with this. That's where I'm going. It's teaching you discipline, prayer, and focus. Okay. Now I'm going to share something also that God has shown me, is that through this pandemic, through this moment of isolation, family means more than it ever has, because I'm not able to be with them like I want to. Now, you first of all have to love your family to feel like that. And so there's some changes that I'm going to make. There's some things that I'm going to do so that I can appreciate these moments that will come again, that I can spend time with my family. Because I have looked, hey Jasmine, I have looked at so many people, and I want us to think about this. I want us to think about this because we don't know whether you're next or not. I'm looking at all of these people who are dying from COVID, who for the most part are dying with regret. Number one, they didn't treat people right. Number two, they didn't treat family right. The way they carried themselves, the way they talked to people, the disposition that they have. Mean. hateful. And before they get on the ventilator, before they die, they want to be able to make restitutions, and in many cases they cannot. There's nothing worse than dying knowing you're wrong. So those are some of the things that I've recognized, those things that I've said. Listen, I'm going to get off of here. Y'all take care. I guess no one else has anything to say. And I'm going to move on. And I want you to have an enjoyable weekend. Relax, enjoy yourself. That missing family. Okay, yeah. Missing family. Learning how to control my temper. That's important. That's important. I've heard from 4 of you. So that's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. So listen, y'all take care. I'm out of here. I'm not going to hold you any longer. I'm not going to keep any more of your time, but I just needed to see if someone, family is everything. Especially when you work in the healthcare industry. Hey, Laverne, these people are stressed. These people, it's horrible, and it's way beyond what any of you could imagine or think. Way beyond. And so while you're still in your right mind and have health, there's a certain way you need to treat family. There's a certain way you need to carry yourself with family. I don't care how much of a jerk or jack they are. They're still your family. I don't care if they lied to you or stole from you. They're still your family. And I'm going to tell you something. There's nothing worse than someone dying and you wish they were alive for you to talk to. You wish they were alive for you to share with. And that's what you've got to understand. Thank you, Mary. You take care, you and your household. We're praying for you. And that you stay safe. This new strain is running wild, but stay safe. And that's important. Listen, y'all have a blessed day. This is the most silent moment that I've had in a long time. So I'm glad that we have, I believe it's 28 more days to go so that God can speak clearly to you. I'm out of here. Have a blessed afternoon. Don't forget to join us at 10 a.m. We will be on our Facebook pages. Hey, Craig, happy birthday. I think, or I hope I'm not a day late, but happy birthday to you. And to all of the rest of you, thank you, Leroy. Thank you so much. That means the world to me. I appreciate the fact that the Lord has blessed me to be able to reach so many people with relevancy in the word that we present. Okay, you believe in God for healing with health issues. Excellent. We're not fasting and praying for nothing, but we're fasting and praying that He does something with us first. You can't pray for somebody else, okay? And you're not willing to have God deal with you. I appreciate that, Cynthia. Laverne, let me tell you a story, and I'm not going to elaborate. But sometimes in parent and child relationships, they get strained. They get strained to the point that you don't want to talk to them, that you don't want to be bothered with them, you don't want to be around them, because they can make you just that mad. And the Lord sat me down, and I've told this story before. The Lord sat me down and said that it's difficult for you to guide other people if you're not right within your own family. And so I went and I got things straightened out with that one family member, with one of my children, and it changed everything. I told y'all a couple of years ago, it takes someone who is sure of who they are in Christ to be able to do something like this. And we were on family vacation, and I've shared this. And I pulled my kids off to the side because I know I wasn't a perfect parent. I know there were moments and times when I probably went to an extreme. And I wanted to make sure my oldest boy thought that I was getting ready to die. But the point was, I asked them that if I had been out of order, unruly, did not carry myself with them as a father should, that I was asking them to forgive me. And my children looked at me like I was crazy. But I'm going to tell you something. And I don't know who this is for, but you know who you are. There's a couple of you who are listening right now or watching. This word is for you. Be godly enough to admit that you made mistakes with your children. Be godly enough to admit that because we're not perfect, that you have not always made good decisions. And be godly enough to say to them, forgive me. Because I'm telling you, it's biblical. You want everybody to forgive you, and you'll go to other people and ask for forgiveness, but you won't do it in your own family. And I'm going to tell you this. There was a level of freedom that I experienced that money can't buy. None of my children are perfect. None of my children are doing some of the things that I want them to do, but they're grown. And I did the best I knew how with the knowledge I had. And some of the knowledge that I had was tainted and wrong. And you got to be godly enough to admit I messed up. Now, let me talk to those of you who ain't right with your parents. Whether they are dead or alive, you need to get it right. There's nothing more powerful than being free. And you can allow your stubbornness, you can allow your strong-willedness, you can sweep what I just said under the rug as if I said nothing. But you have heard the truth today. And if you choose to ignore that truth, that's between you and the Lord. But I'm telling you, it changed the relationship I have with all three of my children. And I'm going to tell you something. You mess with me, my kids are going to come get you. You mess with my kids, I'm going to come and get you. We got just that kind of tight relationship. Y'all know I'm just playing. I ain't going to come get you. Listen, I got to go. I done been on here long enough. I done said enough that need to be said. I got to go. Be blessed. Stay safe. Stay warm. Sanitize. Wash your hands. Social distance. Give them a little more than 6 feet. And then make sure you wear your mask. Look forward to seeing you at 10 a.m. in the morning for our worship experience. May God bless you and may He keep you. Is